Hello everyone, my name is RWBY, and long time no see. This is a channel update as I transition into making content about RWBY Volume 9. If you've been out of the loop, Volume 9 is going to premiere in just under 2 weeks. It premieres on February 18th, exclusively to Crunchyroll Premium, which is going to be for exclusively as a subscription service. There's not going to be a legitimate free way to watch it anymore. It won't go onto the Rooster Teeth website for an entire calendar year, so February 18th of 2024. So it is going to be $7.99 USD per month, and in regions where Crunchyroll's not available, they're going to explore other avenues. Unfortunately, for those other avenues, there's going to be a short delay. I'm going to be making a video about all of that eventually, but I wanted to make this channel update because for the past year or so, I've focused basically exclusively on news content, and I'm very glad that I did, and I very much still will focus on that content if there is a news video to make. Like, for instance, Volume 10's not greenlit yet. If and when Volume 10 does get greenlit, I will make a news video about that and that sort of thing, but most people on my who follow my channel probably don't know that I made reaction videos once upon a time, and I am going to be getting back to that. Volume 7 was entirely, for me, entirely reaction videos. Volume 8, probably the biggest regret that I have for my channel is that I didn't focus top priority in Volume 8 on reaction videos. Volume 8, I was focusing more on discussions and reviews and that sort of thing week to week. And I only reacted to the last 4 episodes of Volume 8 because by that time I realized I was very much missing out on what should have been the bread and butter of my channel for that volume. But for Volume 9, that's how it's going to be. I'm going to be making reaction videos once again, and that's going to be my top priority because for a lot of different reasons that I'll get into in another video before Volume 9 comes out, Volume 9 is it is my most anticipated volume of RWBY ever. Because, and again, other video, but just for now, there's so many different things that I see in Volume 9 from the kinds of trailers and preview footage that we've gotten so far. So much of it looks like this is leading into stuff that I've always wanted RWBY to be as a show. So, yeah. Point number 1. I'm doing reaction videos for Volume 9. I don't know what other kinds of content I'll make because I have a full-time day job, I have a life outside of the show. I don't know how I managed to make reaction videos and discussion review videos in Volume 8. I don't know how I was able to balance that. And I'll probably still be making discussion videos of some kind, but reaction videos are going to be my top priority. And point number 2 for this video, this channel update, is that I am starting a Patreon, which is going to be a link in the description. And essentially, for $5 a month, I am putting early access content for Volume 9 on that Patreon. So, first and foremost, my reaction videos are going to be on Patreon for $5 a month as soon as I'm finished editing them. And they'll be posted publicly, the week after that episode airs, which is standard reaction community guidelines from Rooster Teeth. That's how it's been for a couple volumes now. But that early access content is going to be on Patreon now as well. And on top of that, as you're watching this video, all of my RWBY Arrowfell Let's Plays are on Patreon as well, as a sort of early bonus for signing up, just to get the ball rolling on that Patreon. There are 5 videos that are about 45 minutes each, maybe a bit less, and they are all done, all on Patreon. Those will all be made public to YouTube before Volume 9 comes out, or at the very least they'll start being made public at that time. I'm still figuring out a release schedule for them, but they'll release about weekly, maybe a bit more frequently than weekly, but just to give you an idea. I don't plan to have any Patreon exclusive content. Everything that is on it will eventually be made public. It's just the early access benefit of getting everything as soon as it's done being edited, and nothing is going to ever be entirely locked behind that paywall, or at least I don't have any plans to do that. So for right now, it starts off with all of my RWBY Arrowfell Let's Plays being on there, 5 different videos, each about 45 minutes long. Then when RWBY Volume 9 comes out, every week the reaction video for that week, for the 10 episodes, is going to be on Patreon as soon as that's done being edited. And then after Volume 9, I'm not entirely certain what type of content that I will be making, but as long as it's not a news video, because I want news videos to be out as fast as they can possibly be out, I want people to have... News should be public, news shouldn't be locked behind that paywall, and there shouldn't be any exclusivity to that news. So news will not be a part of that Patreon, but any, like, discussions, theories, any critiques, any top 10 videos, any video essays, like any of that sort of content that's more like evergreen, or it's not necessarily so timely that it's like news, like it needs to be out as fast as possible, any of that stuff will also have a week exclusivity to my Patreon. I'm not sure exactly, again, what type of content I'll be making, but whenever a video does come out, it will be on Patreon for an entire week before it goes to YouTube. We are officially getting hyped for RWBY Volume 9. I am going to start putting videos up on YouTube a lot more than I used to. I took a break, essentially, from YouTube for everything other than news videos about a year ago, and I'm very glad that I did, because there just wasn't necessarily so much hype around RWBY, and with the release date constantly being, like, dangled or teased, you know, maybe it's gonna come out here, no, oh no, RTX came and went, nothing happened, and then all of that, so it was just hard to be excited for RWBY, but we're there now. And again, I'll be making another video shortly about my hopes and expectations for Volume 9, the kinds of things that I see it trying to maybe do, and that's gonna be it. Again, the link is in the description for my Patreon. Go sign up, pledge for $5 a month, become a patron. I'm excited to see you for Volume 9. Thank you. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. I'm RWBY Rising. Have a good one.